you took secondaries out, my man. It's always shrouded in secrecy, which I think is what drives so much of the cynicism towards them. I think if there's like transparency, like, how much did you take out?
On my side, around 10, mainly to buy like an apartment and a few different things I wanted to do, like buying some presents for my father and my parents. But the cool part is that when we did that, Shu and I, we actually allowed all our early employees to do it as well if they wanted to.
Got you. How did you decide that was the right amount, one, and how much early employees took secondaries?
The right amount for us, well, the place I wanted to buy cost X, and then I had a couple other things I wanted to get done. So it was one, something we felt comfortable with, and second, getting to the amount that the guys that did the round wanted to get to. So there's both of those things at the same time. The dynamic is there, right? They want a certain amount of ownership or put a certain amount of money, and when you're at this stage, like, that definitely is a part of that. How many people did secondaries on the employee side? I can think of like 15. But again, it was 10% of what they had earned, right? So like, we didn't want them to be checked out, right? But it was definitely like even some of them more than me in the amount side. So I think they were very happy and they were able to do a lot of great things. And they're still key leaders of the company that are executing and got Deel to where it is today.
Mate, if you have a savage and you give them 10 million, they'll be even more of a savage.
That's exactly what happened, right? Like some of the people that took money off the table, like they were able to buy the things that they needed to have like a really good life. And now they're like, well, I'm good. Let's freaking go. And actually, one of the things, most of the smart investors I've worked with that work with founders, and frankly, it was not exactly my case. I wasn't as much in need as maybe some other founders, but like, I think smart investors understand I don't want the guys that are running the company to be worrying about, and that's, I think it's important because when you have so many things to worry about, worrying about that as well is not useful when you can, set a bit of your shares to someone that's interested in it and not take and have a peace of mind on that front.
No, I totally agree with you. It's the most ineffective waste of like mind space for your team to have when you can solve it. Yeah. What advice would you have for founders when it comes to secondaries? Because a lot of them are getting killed. How do you think about advice for founders?
Well, I mean, I'm no one to judge what other people are doing. I do think that, I think that craze is over, but like taking secondary at like the Series A, I don't think is super smart. Taking it a bit later I think makes a bit more sense. I mean, we had taken a little bit at our Series B and then a little bit more at our Series D. I felt like this was the right amount, and the way we kind of did it was very systematic, where we work on like a little bit of secondary there, and then on the second one would be a refresh in the next round for our shares as we go. That's how we kind of think about it. So I think the right amount is what makes you comfortable depending on your situation. I don't have a family. I just wanted to be able to have like a nice place I can live in, and then, put some money on the side so that I can diversify, and that has worked out really well. I don't know if taking a lot of secondary is super smart, but I think in my case, I think it's going to be worth a lot more. So